Sillad, as an infant, experienced this firsthand. His mother tried to escape with him as the Elvenwood began its harvest, but she was caught by the tree's roots and drained of life. Sillad survived, but he lost everything. His mother's final words to him were literally, "Live." So he grew up in a new village that had fled from the calamity, but he never smiled, carrying the memory of his mother's death. Most elves accepted this cycle as inevitable. Even the ones who barely survived winter would just plant the seeds of Elvenwood in new lands, ensuring the next generation would fall victim to the same fate. It was just a way of life for the elves. And we see this with Sillad's best friend, Fors, who chose to flee the next calamity rather than fight. However, Sillad, being the Sigma he is, refused to be a little bitch. He was the only one who did not run away when the next cycle of winter came. Instead of accepting the fate of an elf, he embraced the cold itself through devouring the remains of the frozen Elvenwood and incorporating its essence into his body, which evolved him into the first Ice Elf. And after a while, the previous monarch of Frost had just died in the Great War against the rulers. So the dark aspect of Frost ended up choosing Sillad, giving birth to a new monarch that rules the cold and the spirits. Even after ascending though, Sillad's hatred did not fade. He blamed Elvenwood for its weakness and sought to erase its legacy. Once he gained more power, he ordered the destruction of all remaining Elvenwood trees and led his new Ice Elf people into a harsher frozen existence. He could never yield to the forces that killed his mother. Sillad learned the truth of the universe, that everything him and his people had gone through for eons was all for the entertainment of this universe's absolute being. So he joined forces to uproot this accursed system of violence and despair, just like he uprooted the cycle of the Elvenwood for his people. However, during this war, he would inevitably be killed by the Shadow Monarch, who himself was protecting his home and people. This war against the rulers was devastating for the Ice Elves, and after Sillad's death, their entire race was threatened to extinction because all the capable fighters were being taken to the battlefield to fight. Every elf old enough to hold a bow was drafted. As a result, the only Ice Elves who survived were children, young ones, and a few remaining elders. This left the village without strong warriors to defend it, making them easy prey for other dangers, such as the Echo Forest spirits, a powerful and malevolent force that had once remained isolated. Suddenly, it went on a rampage and attacked their village, which is most likely due to the new war occurring in outer space against the gods of other universes that Himwu is fighting. This further decimated their already weakened population. Most of the remaining adult Ice Elves were slaughtered, leaving behind only a handful of survivors, mostly young elves. Fortunately, Chahane was thrown into the Ice Elves' territory by accident while riding Kaisel. Though initially just trying to survive in this frozen land, she soon found herself involved in their plight. When the Echo Forest spirits attacked, she single-handedly fought them off, saving the village. The Ice Elves, in all of her power, began calling her their savior and built ice sculptures in her honor. After the battle, she stayed with them and taught them swordsmanship, helping them become strong enough to defend themselves, being heralded as their new mother. Despite Chahane's help, the Ice Elves had lost much of their former power. Where once they had warriors